Today is day 6 of 30 days of sharing my aligned success experiment. And so the next thing that I had to learn as a projector is my strategy, which for projector, so if you're a projector, the strategy is to wait to be acknowledged and invited. So as a projector, you're looking for formal invitations. A lot of times we feel like we need to initiate, we need to put ourselves in the right place, or our mind wants to strategize and use logic and reason and try to figure out what our next step should be, what will lead to success for us. And none of the types are meant to use their mind as a tool that figures it out. So if you're someone who, like I used to be, likes to try to figure things out and strategize and really feels like you need to know what the outcome looks like on the other side so that sometimes it's scary to step into the unknown. And unfortunately, taking on a radical aligned success experiment does require you to surrender the mind's desire to know what things are going to look like on the other side. And you have to be willing to, well, you don't have to, you can let it take longer. You can do it in a way that's not aligned and learn the lessons that you need to learn to realize that the key really is in following your strategy and your authority. And our mind, I always say, is like that politician that will do or say whatever it needs to do or say to stay in power. Our mind wants to be the tool that we use to figure our lives out and to make our decisions, but it's not actually the best tool that we have. And that is the greatest gift that we get from human design, is really figuring out the easiest and most aligned way to determine how to move forward and what our best path is, and to really get on that path that is going to lead to that success that you want it to. But we first have to kind of turn down the voice of the mind and learn to trust with our own inner wisdom, with our own inner guidance, and become our best version of ourselves by trusting and surrendering to kind of that inner GPS that you have, that you learn to understand and recognize and follow through understanding and learning about your human design. And so for me, learning to wait for invitations, because I definitely was not living as a line projector before. I was trying to work and live like a generator. I was trying to force myself to be more consistent, to have more willpower, to show up and do all of the things that they say that you need to do in order to achieve success, in order to move up, even if it's in a job, and advance in a career, or almost more importantly, when you have your own business, learning to figure out how to get your business out there and how to market and how to bring in people and how to share your message so that you can be invited. And those first couple of years was really hard because I didn't have those experiences of having correct invitations, because unfortunately, when you're living and working out of alignment, when you're trying to work like a generator, invitations don't come, because the way that the aura works for a projector is you have to be using that strategy to draw in correct invitations. And when you're not doing that, you're creating more resistance, and you're actually kind of keeping those invitations out because you're not aligned, you're misaligned. And correct invitations can't come when you're approaching it from a place of the shoulds and have tos, or your mind trying to figure it out, or trying to make the invitations happen, trying to figure out like where you're going to network and how you're going to draw those people in. And invitations for me have always come when I've caught myself in that pushing, overworking, trying to figure things out, trying to control the outcome. And when I recognize I've done it again and I pull myself out and I stop doing those things, that's when invitations come. And they come from places that I never would have, my mind would not have figured out. They seem like these unexpected things, but really that's what happens when we're working and when we're living aligned. It allows our aura to draw in those correct invitations, draw in those correct people, those correct opportunities. That just can't happen when we're trying to push through and overwork and overcompensate for our perceived weaknesses And so the next important thing to understand, and even if you're not a projector, still you have a strategy that will do the same thing. It will allow the right things to come to you at the right time. And if you don't know your aura type and strategy yet, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to help you learn what your aura type is and what your strategy is. And I also have some amazing resources if that's something that you're open to and looking for, to help you to understand this and start to apply it in your own life so that you can also do your own aligned success experiments. All right, I've rambled enough for today. We're going to continue this conversation as the days go on, and I'll share more about how I have approached my aligned success experiments. So we'll see you in the next video.